I honestly thought that Jesus mythicism was completely thrown out the window. But lo and behold, there's still people out there that believe it. And of course they believe it when you can literally make up any criteria you want, any argument you want, never actually listen to the other person. You're gonna believe literally whatever you want. Especially when you can claim that the Bible is not an historical document, which it literally is. And say things are only true if you have the direct first-hand accounts, which is just not how we operate in any form of life, including today. Of course, he does the whole Paul only had a vision argument and demands that John and Matthew explicitly say, I'm Matthew in the Gospels, or it wasn't them. Also just completely dismisses scholarship. But hey, I think I'm spoiling just a little too much for you guys. So why don't you watch it and let me know what you think. Let's get into it.
Big John Steele, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I like to be transparent with people. I just want to let you know I'm recording also for my YouTube channel. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, cool.
All right, man.
I mean, just like when you say that, I just the way my brain works. Like when people come onto a public app,
Yeah.
they should already assume or even just know that hey, it's being recorded. If not on, other apps, just on this app, period. So yeah, everything is out there.
I just
But,
like telling
yeah, so
I just like telling people so they don't feel like I'm trying to catch them, right? Because I've had that happen to me when I started doing lives too. Is people come up and they try to catch me out of context or like in a good faith conversation, and then post it as something different. I never want to do that to anybody else, so I'm just trying to extend that grace. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Cool.
All right, so yeah. So
right.
what's your most compelling evidence for God and or Jesus outside of personal testimony?
So one thing I want to ask a quick question for you. Say Jesus isn't real. Are you just talking about like the divine idea of Jesus or the person?
No, the person. Like Jesus of the Bible never existed as a person.
Never existed as a person. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are
he
aware
was
that
he was a character in a myth.
okay, so you are aware that's a fringe viewpoint, right?
I'm aware that it's a minority viewpoint right now that's continuing to grow and change as people have access to more information.
Well, what I mean by
technology
fringe,
advancements.
what I mean by fringe is like if you teach in academia, you teach history or anything in biblical studies, you're not allowed to hold that viewpoint. Because it's like for example, the historian John Dominic Rason, who's not a Christian, he'd call himself cultural Christian, but he doesn't actually believe in the deity aspect. He says that one of the most assured things that we know in history is that Jesus Christ was crucified.
No, not saying not allowed to have that viewpoint is totally it might be frowned upon, but
I
not
think you
allowed
misunderstand
to.
what I'm saying. I'm not saying not allowed to have it like in general. I'm talking about if you teach in academia, like if you go as a professor and you're teaching a college class, you can't have that viewpoint.
Oh, dang, that's crazy because one of the professors that I'm very familiar with her works, her name is Dr. Nina Lipsky, and she has a book
Where does
called
Nina Levsky teach?
I'm sorry, but
Where does she teach?
she she doesn't teach theology, but I'm saying she has a book about called the Pauline Letters in the Roman Literary Context. And she's a professor. And
Yeah,
she holds that
you can
viewpoint.
have a degree, like you can have a degree in biblical studies or history and hold this viewpoint. Like there are people who do that. There are a minority view. What I'm talking about is people who teach, like who are professors, who literally stand in front of a class and teach biblical studies or history. Generally, the entirety of them say that Jesus Christ was an actual
No,
person.
not history. You said biblical studies. So if they're teaching
And
biblical
history.
studies, then yeah, they're teaching the Bible. So they're teaching with a narrative. Now, history, it's a reason that nothing in the Bible is taught in history class because the Bible is not history, it's mythology. The Bible is not a historical document.
No, when we're talking about biblical studies, that doesn't impart that they are like Christian. So, for example, Bart Ehrman is a teacher, teaches at universities. He's not a Christian.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. You know what? Actually, respect. I don't even care about any of that. Let's get to the evidence and unpack that.
Well, I'm just saying you do agree that it's a fringe viewpoint, right? And it's not.
No,
the consensus.
I said I agree that it's a minority viewpoint right now and increasingly changing.
You know what's worse than being a Jesus mythicist? Not supporting this channel on Patreon. That's pretty deplorable if you ask me.
Daddy, chill.
And if you want to fix that, you could just click the link down below. You'll get full access to our Patreon, where we're doing a daily Bible study going through the Gospel of John, word by word, line by line. You'll get access to exclusive content just for you. And you'll get access to the hangout sessions that are for the members only. Sounds pretty good to me. So remember to go fix that right now. And when you get back, you can continue watching this video. I'll give you a second. Did you do it? All right, back to the video. Okay, so the evidence that Jesus Christ would be existed is would be the historical documents.
So okay, what historical documents? So again, yeah, let's get to the documentation.
Sure. So
Yeah,
this would be
yeah,
this would be like Pliny the Younger, Josephus, Tacitus,
I knew it.
the Bible, Paul.
I knew it.
Yeah.
You know, out of all that you mentioned, which one would you like to start with first?
You can pick anyone. I don't care.
Well, actually, I don't. We're gonna throw the Bible and the Pauline letters and all that stuff out because the Bible is not a historical document.
It is like it's considered a historical document by scholars.
No, it's so you know what? Every time someone says that,
Yeah.
first, it's a.
Well, can you just give me a criteria of what's considered a historical document?
Yeah, that's why I'm about to.
Sure.
I'm about to read the definition of a historical document verbatim. So a historical document is an original primary source document that provides a direct firsthand evidence about a past event, person, or work of art.
Wait.
Right. So
primary
now
source
hold up.
Yeah.
So again, because you met, so a historical document is an original primary source document that provides direct firsthand evidence about a past event, person, or work of art. Period. Okay. So now with that, like the key phrases in that definition is a primary source that provides direct firsthand evidence. So now in the Bible, all right, most of the New Testament is the Pauline letters, correct?
Okay, just your definition before you hold on. I want to clarify some things in your definition. When you talk about a primary source, what do you mean by that?
A primary source document that provides direct firsthand evidence.
Yeah, but what the word primary source, what does that mean?
A document that provides direct firsthand evidence.
So a primary source is the document that provides firsthand evidence?
That's one type of primary source. Yeah.
Okay, so then what is another type of a primary source?
So listen, I don't listen. No, we just okay, cool. We can get to that after we throw this out. But according to the definition, like let's center on it has to provide direct firsthand evidence. So now most of the New Testament is the Pauline letters. According to the story, Paul never met Jesus. He had a vision on his road to Damascus. So now he never
How do you know it was a vision?
Because it literally says it.
No, it doesn't. It never mentions the word vision.
So in Acts, in Corinthians and all, he didn't have a vision on his road to Damascus when he was going to arrest Christians.
Yeah, I'm not making the claim which one or the other. You said it was a vision. I'm asking you to substantiate your claim. So what it says in Acts is that Paul on the road to Damascus had a revelation from Christ. Christ revealed himself to him, blinded him. Himself and his followers heard what Christ said. So if it was a vision, I'd be very curious how his followers around him heard it.
Bro, Paul had a did Paul meet Jesus before he was unalived? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Paul had this revelation after Jesus was unalived.
Yeah, he had this revelation after it happened. Yeah, but I don't know if he met him before.
He had this revelation after it happened. So Paul had a vision. It literally says
how do you know it's a vision?
Hey, if you're blinded, if you're blinded, if you're blinded, then you're blinded by, and actually no, let me throw that out. So hold up. So in Acts 9:12,
okay,
it doesn't say that Paul saw in a vision.
let's have a look. Maybe I'm wrong. Hey, I'm okay admitting when I'm wrong. I'm wrong. So
So
9:12. Let's have a
hey,
read.
but actually, but no, you know what? I don't like a vision, a revelation, any of that.
Okay,
That's
so
neither
this
here
this
nor
is
there.
9:12 isn't talking about Paul. It's talking about
Yeah, yeah,
Ananias.
yeah. I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's talking. Yeah, that's why I say like
yeah.
whether a vision, the word choice is vision, a revelation, any of those things.
Well,
That's
a
neither here
vision and
nor
a
there.
revelation are
That no,
two different
listen. That
things, right?
okay. Listen, we're gonna dead it right here. A vision, revelation, whatever you want to call it, because a
Hmm.
revelation is still not meeting someone in person. It's either having a vision
No,
or
no.
hearing something. So again, did Paul meet Jesus in person?
Yeah, so if I could say
Did
yes,
did
yeah,
Paul meet Jesus in person?
yeah, I could say yes
Well, okay, so tell me where in the Bible it says Paul met Jesus in person.
on the road to
Because you just said,
Damascus.
because in the Bible, Paul met Jesus after the crucifixion. He had the
Yep.
vision of him. So tell
Well,
me in
you
the
keep
Bible
saying it's
where
a
Paul,
vision.
okay, listen, he had a revelation. Okay, cool.
But
So
what do you
tell me
mean
in the
by
Bible,
revelation? Because like revelation isn't like a vision or something you have in your head. For
I'm
example,
using
I
your
could
word
say,
choices. You
yeah, yeah,
said Paul had a
but
revelation.
yeah, but let me
I'm
explain
using
what I
your
mean
word
by
choices.
revelation. Let me explain what I mean by
I'm using
revelation.
your bro. What
So
does what does having a revelation mean?
I'm trying to
What does a
explain.
revelation mean?
I'm trying to explain that. So yeah, a revelation could just be very well. You and I are having a conversation right now, and I give you information that you didn't have before. I revealed that information to you. You had a revelation. That you did talk to me in person. You still had a revelation.
So did Paul meet Jesus before he was unalived?
I don't know. We have no documentation of that. That'd be an argument of silence, right?
If Paul didn't meet Jesus, let's go with your rhetoric. We don't know if Paul met Jesus before he was unalive. All
Yeah.
right. So we don't so if we don't know if Paul met Jesus before he was unalive, then how do we know that he met Jesus?
Because he met him on the road to Damascus, as recorded by Luke and Ananias.
And when was this?
This would be roughly about probably 33, 34 AD.
30, 33,
Well,
34 AD. And how,
maybe between like probably like 33 to 36 AD. It's very hard to be extremely precise in history with datings. That's why you'll get a general like consensus of like a rough area. So when we're talking about like the authorship of Mark, we'll say roughly around 70 AD, but we don't know the exact year.
you know what? Actually, with this dating thing, this makes me think of something totally different. So, like, according to the Bible, when was Jesus born?
When? Be
Yeah,
0. Well, a scholarship would say it'd be 3.
3.
Yeah.
Why would it be 3?
Generally, they look at like the time periods when events would be happening, and they kind of come to this idea when it'd roughly be around. But if you go to church scholar, like church history, it'd be 0.
No, I don't want to go to. Well, no, no, we're going to the Bible. So, because
Well,
0
I'm
and
not.
3 is
So
incorrect.
just real quick, I'm not a Bible onlyist, right? I'm not sola scriptura.
Like the reason you know about Jesus is because the Bible. If the Bible didn't exist, then Jesus wouldn't exist.
Yeah. So I look at like
So
I look at the Bible as like historical documents, which you said they
oh,
weren't.
okay.
So
Well, that's what we was throwing out the Bible as a historical document because we about
yeah.
to get back to that. When you just mentioned dates, it made me think of this that I want to unpack first. So, like according to the Bible, you have two birth stories in the Bible. So one in Matthew 2:1, 2:1 and 2, when Jesus was born after King Herod.
So are you talking
Are
about
you familiar
the
with
two?
that?
Yeah, I know that I'm aware of the two birth accounts. Yeah.
So okay, so yeah, so King Herod was unalived in 4 BCE, correct?
I don't know.
Yes. So I'm telling yes, he was. So
Okay.
King Herod was unalived in 4 BCE.
Okay.
So according to Matthew, which according to the story, Matthew is supposed to be his disciple. So according to Matthew, Jesus was born in 4 BCE. But
Where
according
does hold on? Where does he say that
because
in
King
Matthew?
Herod King Herod was unalived in 4 BCE. That's
Okay.
literally what stopped his reign,
But hold on,
his unaliving.
how are you coming to the conclusion that Matthew is saying that? Like in all honesty, one of the things I have
It's literally in the book, Matthew
where
1 and 2. Or
where
my
like I'm not coming at you. I'm actually learning something from you because one of the things I didn't look at intensively is the birth narrative.
I'm about to put it on the screen.
Okay.
Oh, no, not that one. This one.
Okay. In those days, a decree
Dang,
went out from the Emperor
hold up.
Augustus.
No,
Okay.
not there. Come on with the right here. In the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea,
Yep.
wise men from the east came to Jerusalem. So in the time of King Herod was unalived in 4
Okay.
BCE. So if Jesus was born in the time of King Herod, then that means that Jesus had to be born at least in 4 BCE, because that's when King Herod was unalived.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think that's a good hypothesis. Like I'm not against that hypothesis, but in the time of King
So you
Herod,
calling the Bible a lie?
I'm not calling the Bible a liar by any means. I'm just talking about when we're speaking of the time of somebody, the time doesn't necessarily transfer the moment of death. For example, what the hell is his name? There's a guy, one of Herod's sons took after. I'm trying to remember his name right now. Anyways, he took after, but he never actually ended up reigning. So he just ended up governing over the community. And because he was governing, he was never made king. So it was still the time of Herod. I'm trying to remember that. What the hell was his name? Somebody help me out in my chat. It's in the Gospel of Luke.
What are you looking for?
You're referring to his son.
One of Herod's sons.
So now,
you had 5
in
sons.
the-
There's one son that took over, right, according to Josephus.
Yes.
And then it mentions
So-
in the Gospel of Luke his name as well. And during this time period, he never actually ended up becoming king.
Yes, he was. Yes, he
Archelaus,
was.
thank you.
And then
Archelaus,
Cornelius,
the son of Archelaus.
Cornelius always butchered the name.
Archelaus never become king because of what he
Yes,
did. No, he didn't, because of what he did to the temple. Right, he ended up destroying the temple. Caesar never made him king because he did this without asking permission.
He ended up destroying what temple?
Well, not the actual temple, but he had a battle with the Jews at the second temple when they're trying to get in. They ended up stringing up 2 Jews on the side of the temple.
At what second temple?
The second temple during Second Temple Judaism.
What second temple? What second temple? What? Yeah, what temple?
The second temple in Second Temple.
Yeah,
Judaism.
what second temple?
The temple that they went to worship during this time period, the main temple, the one that was destroyed by Titus.
The temple that was destroyed by Titus in 70, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
That temple.
so well after the fact. That was like
I'm
8
not
years
talking about
after
the
the fact of
destruction
where
of
we
the
are right
temple.
now.
Remember, I told you I misspoke. I said he didn't destroy the temple. That was a misspeak, right? He had a battle with the Jews at the temple. We didn't allow the temples to go worship. They ended up fighting each other. He ended up stringing up two Jews on the wall. This is why Joseph was afraid of Archelaus when he was returning back to Judea in the Gospel of Luke.
So
He was never.
I'm not even sure how we even got on how we even got on the temples and stuff.
Yeah, so the reason how we got there, I can explain how we got there if you want.
Let's go back to King Herod.
But I can explain how we got there if you want. 'cause you
No,
said
I don't
we
want
got there.
I don't want to find out how he got there.
Why?
So King because we're on what we're on. That's going to take us, somewhere else. So in the Bible, King Herod.
You're kind of gish galloping, right? Do you know what a gish
I'm not
gallop
gish
is?
galloping. I'm trying to stay on specific points. You're trying
then why
to
are we
jump
no
around.
longer? Then why are we no longer talking about Paul and whether he had a revelation of Jesus?
Because we were going to actually. You're right. So let's go back to Paul. So let's go back to the definition. So according to the definition of a historical document, all right, it's an original primary source that provides direct firsthand evidence. So, none of the Pauline letters provides direct firsthand evidence, as Paul didn't meet Jesus at all. Like he didn't. So that leaves us
of Paul meeting Jesus.
So look, okay, yeah, cool. So that leaves us with the 4 gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Now, according to the 4 gospels, Mark and Luke, Mark never met Jesus. So that's not firsthand. They weren't disciples. Matthew and John were disciples.
Wait, hold on. Do you think firsthand means that the document itself has to be written by the person who saw it?
Yes, that's what firsthand is.
Okay, so I just want to see if you're consistent. Do you disregard every newspaper that you read?
I don't care about newspapers. We're talking about Jesus.
Well, hold
I
on.
don't care about any of those. We talk about the Bible. I don't even read newspapers. We in
Well,
2025.
newspapers, whether okay,
That's
watching
literally what
news.
firsthand. That's literally what firsthand means.
So watching news. So for example, when you watch like Fox News or CNN or whatever it is, and the reporter gives you information about an event that happens, do you disregard it because it's not firsthand?
It's not firsthand.
But do you disregard
It's not
it?
firsthand.
Do you disregard
It's not
it?
firsthand. Huh?
Do you disregard it?
It's not. Well, we can if a reporter reports on a report, then we can verify whatever the reporter is reporting on by going to other sources and reading, you know,
do you always go back to
actual
the original
firsthand
person?
accounts of those sources and or watching videos of people who are actually, you know, involved in whatever, you know, the news story is on. So we
Okay,
can
so-
verify
so-
it by other things.
So
In
let
the
me give you-
Bible, we in the Bible we can't verify it by anything else. So now
Okay, can
let's
you give me-
so no
so
no
can I
I
give
don't
you an
know no
example
no
real
no
quick?
no what you I don't know. I don't care about none of that. We like, you know what firsthand evidence is. I think you're trying to skate around it because
not skating around, I'm
you
testing
see
your
in the future what I'm
consistency.
about to get at. No, you know what
I'm not
firsthand
trying to
evidence
predict
is.
your argument, I
Firsthand.
promise.
So you know what I like I did with historical documents. Let's read the definition of
hold on,
firsthand.
Hold on.
Let's read
This
let's read the definition of firsthand evidence verbatim.
my dude, this is not like, I'm not trying to trap you here. Like, it's just a simple question. Can I ask?
So no, yeah, I got you. So firsthand
Why
evidence.
can't I ask the
anything firsthand is directly experienced. So your firsthand knowledge of this is example. Your
Why does
firsthand
everybody keep
knowledge
muting
of the
me? I'm
new
being
math
polite.
teacher's purple hair comes from the fact that you've seen it with your own very eyes.
Mm-hmm.
When you get information from someone who saw or experienced something happen themselves, it's firsthand evidence.
Okay, so can I ask my question now or no?
We're about to go to Matthew and John, because now we've just thrown out all the other books in the New Testament.
I haven't thrown
That's
out any
not-
books.
they're
I
not
haven't even-
firsthand evidence.
I'm still testing your methodology, right? Can I ask my question or no?
My methodology is the literal definition. That's my methodology.
Well, I'm testing it. I understand your definition.
You
Let's
don't
see
have
if
to
you're
test
consistent.
it. Like, you don't have to test it. You
I
have to-
do. I need to know if you're
the
consistent.
definition is clear right here.
But I need
Matter
to
of
know
fact,
if you're consistent.
Let me turn the camera.
I'm not denying your definition, my friend.
Let
You're
me
not
turn the
listening to
camera
me.
so you can see it. So
I'm
Oh,
not
you
denying your
don't-
definition. I'm not denying it. I'm just testing to see if you actually hold to it.
oh wait, that turns it off. You know
That's
what?
not what you're
Hey,
here to do. Now you're steamrolling. Like, calm
yeah,
down.
so I'm not working. That's why I need to start going live from a desktop. But anywho, again, anything firsthand is directly experienced.
Yes, I agree with
when
your
you get
definition.
information from someone who saw something happen or heard something said themselves is firsthand evidence. So
Okay,
now,
I agree with your
the
definition.
only-
Can I
the-
test it?
no, I don't want to
Why
test
can't I
it.
test
We're going straight to the
Stop
book. I don't want to test
over-talking.
it.
Damn, he said no.
So you're not.
Oh,
So you're
no.
not gonna see. You're not gonna test to see if you're actually
Bro.
consistent, and you can actually be a hypocrite, and I can never know.
Bro, no, we're testing.
not
No,
gonna be up here long.
no, because you're trying. No, we both. You know what firsthand evidence is.
Yes,
you're doing all of this
I'm
because you
testing
know
to see if
the
you
Bible
actually
is
hold
not.
to it.
Nothing in the Bible is firsthand.
Well, John
So,
and
so
Matthew
it's gonna
would be.
that's gonna take us to other documents.
John and Matthew would be firsthand, but that's aside the point.
Okay, cool. So you're saying okay,
hold
cool.
on, I wanna
so,
test
So
to see
okay,
if
no,
you're
no, 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 no,
consistent.
cool. So that's why you say. So you're saying John and Matthew is firsthand evidence. So now, can you tell me any?
Sorry, what?
Sorry, I got a call. So now, can you tell me any verse that's in John or Matthew where John and or Matthew says that, hey, I went with Jesus to Jerusalem and did X, Y, Z with him?
Yeah, that's a verbatim fallacy.
Because I can show you numerous verses in both that shows that it's written by someone else.
Yeah, that's a verbatim fallacy.
Hold on, wait, John. Didn't you try to say that? Where does it say? in the
Forrest,
Bible
why are you
that-
following me around like a
I actually
biggest
just
fan?
swiping. I was actually just swiping. What's funny
Forrest,
is
why
that
you follow me around, bro? I'm not.
Forrest
talking
is
to
not
I'm talking
following
to
you
him.
around. Forrest is
He
often
was
in here.
He was in my last live.
Forrest is
I
in
moved
here
to
all
this
the
live
time.
and he
So
followed
don't
me
try
around.
to switch the live to that.
On a
Forrest is
level-
in
I'm
here
not
all the
switching.
time.
I'm talking to host. I've already talked
John,
to
be
Forrest.
quiet
He's
for
a little
second.
bitch.
Hey, John, be
So
quiet for a
anyways,
second.
host.
Did you try to ask him for the exact word vision in the Bible? Yes or no?
No.
Yes, you did. You said that
No,
word
I
is
didn't.
not present in the Bible.
No,
Did
I
you
didn't.
not?
I never said that. No, I said, how does
You
he know it's a
said-
vision?
And then you said that word is not in the Bible.
He said because the word vision's in there, and I said no, it's not.
Okay, now does it have to be a vision? Does the word vision have to be present for Paul to have had a vision of Jesus?
No.
Okay, perfect. So did Paul meet Jesus on the road to Damascus, or did he hear a voice and did he see a light?
Yeah, so I think he met Jesus on the road to Damascus because it says his
And why do
followers.
you believe that?
I was just about to say that, but you got this habit of always interrupting me in the middle of my sentence.
That's
so
not
the reason,
true. I'm just asking
yes,
you a
you do.
question.
I
Calm
still
down.
trying to finish it for us, you little
Go
girl.
ahead and answer it.
So the
Go ahead
reason
and
I
answer
believe,
it. Aw.
the reason I believe that Paul had an actual experience with Jesus is because his followers also heard Jesus.
Define the word met.
To actually have an interaction in a personal way.
Okay, do you have to physically meet somebody?
No, you could do it over the phone.
Okay, so Jesus did not actually physically appear to Paul, did he?
That's what it says on the text, that he appeared on the road to Damascus.
That's not.
Appeared
What,
how,
what,
John?
where does it
I
say
got
he
it.
physically appeared?
Yeah,
That's a
appear how,
verbatim
John?
fallacy.
No. Don't run. Don't run. How did he?
I'm not running.
How did he appear? How did he
Yeah,
appear?
so I have reason to believe it was physical.
I'm
Because
not asking that. I'm not asking what you believe. I'm saying, how does it say in the text that he appeared?
it said that he appeared on the road to Damascus
As a bright light.
Appeared how?
as a bright light.
Thank you.
So Jesus wasn't there. It was a light and it was a sound. Thank you.
How does that mean? So it's not Jesus there?
No, it doesn't matter.
said
No,
Jesus
that
appeared in a
throws it
bright
out.
light?
That throws it out. That throws out all of the Pauline letters as being first-hand accounts. They're not first-hand accounts. He had
I
in
wasn't
order for it to
talking
be a
about the
first-hand
Pauline
account,
letters.
you had to
He was.
be directly meeting or hearing the person directly, physically. It's not first-hand accounts.
Right. So again,
So
Matt,
so
can
so
I test?
none of, so
can I test your
so
consistency
none
on
of
first-hand accounts? Or
none of no. You already tried to
Okay.
do that with the reporter thing, and I told you if a reporter reports on something,
So
yeah,
you-
they
you
weren't there,
only
but we
trust-
can
you
go
only
to other
trust
sources
information
and
that you got from
literally
the direct
read
person?
or listen to direct first-hand accounts of whatever the news story is.
So
So
you
someone
only,
today-
you've already done it. No.
If someone today said an alien came in a bright light and spoke to them, would you believe that they actually met an alien?
I'm not even talking about. I'm not saying I believe that or I don't believe that. I haven't even got to that. He's asking me a question and I'm answering it. That's all I'm doing. I haven't made any claims as of yet. I haven't been able to because I'm still just trying to figure out this guy's epistemology.
No, the claim is no because 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 you mentioned Josephus Pliny the Younger, and then you said the Bible, and I think you said the Gospels. Yeah, and first we're throwing out.
Yeah, you asked
we're
me what
dealing
the
with the
evidence
Bible
was
thing
that he
first, and then
existed.
we're about to move to Pliny and Josephus and all of those things. So you said because you said the Bible is a historical document. So
Yes.
yeah. So
That's
why
that is a claim I made. Sure, yeah.
So yeah, so that's what we're throwing out first. That's where we at. And so
Okay,
I read
can,
to you.
Can I please test your consistency? Why are you so scared of me testing your consistency?
No, I'm not. You already tried that. You already tried that.
He's
So
such a
again,
waste
I
of
read.
time.
Hold up. I read you the
Do you know what a steamroll
definition
is?
of a historical document verbatim. It's an original primary source document that provides direct first-hand evidence about a past event,
Do you know what a
person,
steamroll
or work
is?
of art. So I don't care what none of that stuff is.
You don't care what a steamroll fallacy
made
is?
the claim that the Bible is a historical document. No.
Why does everybody keep muting me? Why is everybody so
we're
scared?
unpacking it with the definition of a historical document. So
Okay,
now,
do you
the
know what a
Pauline
steamroll
letters,
fallacy is?
as we just determined, the Pauline letters are not direct first-hand evidence of Jesus. So we got to throw all of them out. Now
I
that
haven't
leaves us with the
concluded
four
that.
gospels, and out of the four gospels, only two of them, according to the story, were disciples of Jesus, Matthew and John. Now Mark and Luke weren't disciples of Jesus; they never met Jesus. So we got to throw those two out. Now that leaves us with Matthew or John. And now
it's easy to win an argument.
now
when you're the only
that takes us
person
to where we
talking.
are now. I said, now, can you tell me any verse in Matthew and or John where it will allow the reader to conclude that it's direct evidence? Any verse where it shows it says that I, Matthew, or I, John, did XYZ with Jesus.
Okay, so all the conclusions that you said we have to do these things, I don't agree with any of them. Why should I? You're just saying I have to do it. Like I have to throw these out. I can't hold.
Yeah,
to
it's
this,
just
I
like
can't do
Christians.
that.
You don't agree with facts. You don't agree with.
But you haven't let anybody make an argument against it. Do you know what a steamroll is? Do you know how? What
I
the
did. I
steamroll
did let
fallacy
you make
is?
an argument with against it. You said you said that the historical accounts that proves that Jesus
Yeah,
was a real person
so
was
Galatians-
Josephus,
so
Pliny the
Galatians-
Younger, and then you went to the Bible and said it's a historical document.
hold on,
in the
hold
text.
on.
So
Bro,
now
you haven't let me say anything at all, ever.
We're dismantling the Bible as a historical document first, and then we're going to go on to Pliny and Josephus.
Okay, so Galatians 1:12, Paul says he talked to Jesus. Your whole point was Paul never said that he had a conversation with Jesus. So we have to throw out all Paul's epistles. Paul says in Galatians, and the historical consensus is Galatians is written by Paul. He says in 1:12 that he spoke directly to Jesus.
He says where?
In Galatians 1:12, I did not receive it from any man, nor was I taught it. Rather, I received it by revelation from Jesus Christ.
For I neither received it of a man, neither I was taught it, but by revelation of Jesus Christ. Meaning the Apostle Paul received his understanding of the gospel, excuse me, from Jesus Christ. So what did Jesus Christ say to him?
What was said in Acts? What we just went over, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying I say what did he say to him? Like I'm saying, did he receive it like physically from Jesus?
Yeah.
So Jesus appeared to him physically after he was unalived already.
Yes.
All right, bro.
It literally says, I did not receive it by any man. Was Jesus Christ a man?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's why I read
That is some low
What are
hanging
you
fruit, and
talking
you know
about?
it. That's some low hanging fruit, and you know it.
All right, no,
there's,
come on,
like
answer the question,
there's,
little guy.
there's obviously a
wait, wait, wait.
rhetorical
Bro,
goal
you
of the
just-
author, my friend.
you just like J Rob, and I say that because I see J Rob
It's just
in
pure
here and he was
stupidity.
commenting.
In the same
you just
verse,
like
it
J
says,
Rob,
I
like
did not
literally
receive
lie.
it from any man. Was Jesus Christ a man?
My goodness. Okay, do you know what a rhetorical
You can't
goal
answer,
is?
can you?
Do you know
can't
what a
engage
rhetorical goal
faithfully
is?
ever.
Jesus
you can't
is a
engage
man,
faithfully.
yes.
It's not
Yes,
a.
he's a
Thank you
man.
very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Make-
I did
I
not
make my
receive
head
it
hurt.
from a man, and it says that I received it from revelation from Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
so then who
Jesus
the fuck
Christ
is he
was a
saying is from
fucking
their
man.
genius?
Thank
Who the
you
fuck is
very
he
much.
saying he got the revelation from their genius?
Jesus Christ, then that would make it a contradiction. It doesn't make it true. You understand that there are contradictions in the Bible, correct?
Okay, so that makes it a contradiction because he's not doing a verbatim
Contradiction.
fallacy.
No, that's not verbatim. It's because
It is a
says,
verbatim
"I did
fallacy,
not
you
repeat-
fucking
I-
genius.
yeah, what's a verbatim fallacy? It's when you're looking for
Verbatim
a
fallacy is
specific
that if
word
he doesn't say it
exactly.
the exact words you expect him to say it, it doesn't have a rhetorical goal.
No, it's because he literally says himself that I didn't receive it from a human being, and a human being was Jesus.
Yeah, do you know
correct?
what a rhetorical goal is, genius?
Yes, it's
What's a
person who-
rhetorical goal?
No, a rhetorical question is one that doesn't
Not
need
a rhetorical
response.
question. I didn't ask you a rhetorical question, did I? I said
Why
rhetorical
are you
goal. Come
moving
on,
from the
Einstein.
fact
What's
that
a rhetorical?
Jesus Christ is
What's a
human
rhetorical
being?
goal?
Tell
Come
me
on,
what
genius.
it is. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, a rhetorical goal is
You're
what
still
the author
conceding on the
intended.
fact that Jesus is a human being.
Yeah, a
but go
rhetorical
ahead.
goal is what an author intended to convey.
Okay, and what
is
was-
the author
what was
is the
that
author
here?
in Galatians talking about Jesus' ontology? Is that the goal of Galatians?
It's not the goal, but it still doesn't.
Well,
change
if
the
it's
fact
not
or
his
move
if
the
it's not
needle
his goal
on
to talk
Paul
about the
not meeting
ontology,
Jesus.
if it's not his goal about talking about his ontology, why would you assume that in verse 12 it's
Because
talking
it
about his
still doesn't-
ontology?
because it still doesn't. This still is
Answer the
derailing from
question,
fact-
genius. If he's
this
not
still doesn't
talking about
derail from the
ontology,
fact that Jesus
Stop
never
overtalking.
met
If he's not-
Paul.
Genius.
Jesus never met.
if he
Paul.
answers the
He
question,
heard
I don't
a
have to
voice.
overtalk him. So
He heard a voice.
he's
and he
he's
saw
following me
would
around
stop
like a
talking
lost
while he's
he's
answering
following
it,
me around like a lost
listen,
puppy dog. He won't let me talk to the host. His feelings got hurt earlier.
That don't got nothing to do with
And
this
you
line.
lied in the last
Oh
live
my
and said that
God.
you had to
Okay,
leave,
everybody
and
with
then
the
you
mute
came
button.
over here. So what are you talking about? You just got curb stomped for the last 2 hours in Will Dot's live. You said, "Hey, I gotta go."
Oh
and then
yeah,
what did you do? You came
it's
over
all
here.
recorded. Everybody can go watch if I got curb
Is that
stomped.
true
or
or is
not.
that false?
Okay, yeah, sure, I got curb stomped. Whatever. So,
No,
anyways,
no. That
answer
wasn't
the
my
question.
That
Answer the
wasn't my
question. Answer the
Did
question.
You say in the last live, "Hey, I'm done. I gotta go."
No, I said I was done with them.
Okay, so you did. That's literally what I just said. This guy cannot
Yeah.
be honest, even if
You
it
don't know
fucking
what
killed
you
him.
don't know what
Even if it
rhetoric
fucking
is.
killed him.
Are you Drax? Are you Drax?
This dude. This
Answer the
dude,
question,
like,
bro.
come
Are you
on.
Drax? Like people have
This
to
dude
give you
making my head
exact
hurt.
words. Like, are you autistic? Like you can't understand nuance?
And that's going to do it for you.
Because I said the word autistic. Understand nuance?
And that's going to do it for you.
Dude making my head hurt.
Bro, why do these guys keep
From the
kicking me? I go
literal-
up in good
from the
faith.
literal
You
lies.
can't
And
come
they
up
all
here
get
talking
mad.
about
Yeah,
mental
because-
illness.
My God, that was pretty bad. That was almost as bad as the other time I went raiding and all these feminists called my wife a pick-me. That's a thing that happened. And if you want to see that, well, you can click the thing. But until then, God bless them. We'll see you next time.